Hello, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we look at the start of our Simpson Desert adventure. This is the plan. We're going to leave Sydney and travel 5,000 kilometres to the centre of Australia and hopefully back home unscathed. This is the part of the journey we're really interested in. In the middle of Australia lies the Simpson Desert. We'll be heading from west to east. We'll enter the desert from Mount Dare on the western edge and travel the 500 kilometres across the desert to Birdsville. 500 kilometres doesn't seem too much when you look at the size and distances in Australia, but the Simpson Desert is something else, and those 500 kilometres are going to be quite a challenge. There are over 1,100 dunes in the Simpson Desert. They run in parallel, so we're riding up and down 1,100 dunes in that 500 kilometres. That in itself is quite challenging. The dunes themselves range in size from 3 metres to 30 metres, and in the west to east direction that we're going to, the dunes will be increasing in size as we go, culminating in what they call Big Red, a 30-metre sand dune that, if we get to the top, will mark our completion of the Simpson Desert. Before we start this journey, we better set up our bikes. Now, I've been working on my bike for a little while and I think I'm pretty close. So let me show you what I'm up to and what I need to do. Okay, for those that have been watching the channel for a bit, you might have seen me using this giant loop coyote bag in a few of my overnight videos. I've really enjoyed the giant loop bag. Packs nice and tight, sits close to the bike, and it's really good for your overnight ride. A couple of things I don't like about it though. One of them is because of its shape and it has one main zipper to get in and out, it is a bit awkward opening that zipper, and if you need to get in and out of it several times during the day to get things out, it's a bit of a pain. So because I want one, a little bit more storage capacity, and two, a little bit easier to get in and out of my luggage, I'm actually going to change this and I'll show you what I've come up with. So this is my setup for the Simpson Desert. As you can see, I've changed to the Krager OS 18. I have two OS 18 bags sitting on the Krager OS base, and I really like this setup. Keeps all the weight, got my heavy things down here, my tools, or some tools, spares, food, cooking equipment, things like that, down nice and low. Clothes and some other things up higher. Keeps it very tight to the bike, easy to get in and out of, a lot easier than the giant loop coyote for things that I need to get to during the day. The top bag, as you see here, I've got all my camping gear in there. So I've got my tent, my sleeping bag, my sleeping pad, a few other things. I'll show you shortly what I've got in there and how it packs down. But this is my setup. I'm really happy with this. Makes things a little bit more modular, easy to get into. It's given me a lot more storage space and a lot more options for how and where I pack things. So for the Simpson Desert, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to carry everything, and hopefully it'll work well. So when we take that top bag off, this is what it looks like inside. You can see here what I've got. Easily accessible. Well, easily enough. So I've got my thermals, water bladder, pillow and sat phone. There's a few little things sitting on top. Once we take those out of the way, you can see what's really in the bag. So down below we have my tent, my sleeping bag and my sleeping pad. These are the things that I'm going to be needing every day. So that's why I've put them in one bag. So I can easily take that bag off, walk over to where I want to set up my tent, and I've got everything I need, including my thermals, have a good night's sleep. Now for fuel. To get across the Simpson Desert, from where we're heading, from Dalhousie across to Birdsville, it's about 500 kilometres. 500 kilometres, everything goes well, and we can take a direct line. We need to have fuel for contingencies, for needing to divert around flooded creeks, higher fuel consumption in sand, that type of thing. So what I've got the standard tank, 12.8 litres. I've got my rear tank, which is 16 litres. So we've got there 18.8 litres. To extend that, I have here one of these 8-litre bladders, and this will be used only for the main part of the ride through the Simpson. That will be filled up and strapped somewhere like this, and we'll be using that fuel pretty much as soon as we can to get that out of the way. And then this simply just rolls up and can be stored in any of these bags or strapped here itself. That gives me around 26 litres, I think. What I'm aiming for is 30 litres, so there might be another small fuel container. Need to come up with that 4 litres somehow, but we'll work it out. And that will be my 30 litres. That should give me easily 600-700 kilometre range with this bike, hopefully in sandy conditions. Done a little bit of testing and I'm pretty confident with that. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, this bladder is going to be really important for crossing the desert. Okay, so the bike setup's almost complete. We've got the new luggage, happy with that. We've got the fuel sorted out. We need to do final service on the bike, so that's new oil filter, new air filter. And one of the last things I need to do, I'm looking at a tank bag that's going to have my filming equipment, my drone, spare batteries, charging equipment, stuff like that. So I need to get a nice tank bag that'll fit here, good size, but it's not going to get in my way too much. So I've got an idea what I want for that. And then I need to get some tyres, the actual tyres for the trip. And I'm leaning towards the Michelins. So what we'll do now, we'll head down to the bike shop. Here we are down at Coastal Motorcycle Centre, West Gosford. All your Honda, Kawasaki and KTM needs. I bought plenty of bikes from these guys, so they know me well. Let's go upstairs, speak to Matt in parts, and see if he can fix me up with some tubes. I'll go and find the other bits I need. They have a large parts and accessory showroom, so it's easy to find what you want. I'm looking for tyres, so they've got quite a range, which is not really helping me much, but when I have a closer look, I think I've found what I need. So I've narrowed it down. It's going to be Michelin Starcross, medium or soft. Used the soft before. No, it works. That's what I'm going to use. So there's my front tyre, Michelin Starcross 5 in the 90-100 21 soft compound. That's my front tyre. Now let's find a rear tyre. Starcross 5 I've run before. That worked well. Not a 19. Need a, here we go, the 18. So I've run this before in a medium. But I think I want something a little bit firmer, a little bit stronger and tougher. Something's going to last. Hey, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Michelin Tracker in the 120/90 18. Hopefully that'll fit on okay. By all accounts, this is a longer, harder wearing tyre. So let's see if I can get it out of here. That's it. That's my rear. That's the front. And that's the combo I'm going to use for the desert. Fingers crossed that's going to get me through. I'm also after a tank bag. And from what I've tried on before and what fit nicely for me was this Nelson rig. Where is it? Oh, this one. Nelson rig. What's this one? The RG 1045. That fits the rally well. So I'm going to grab one of those. Right, so this is everything, I think. Front tyre, rear tyre, tubes, tank bag. I think that'll do it.
That's all yours.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
So this is it with the final luggage setup. Got my tank bag on, got my Krager pannier bags and my top bag. As you can see, I've still got plenty of room to move around on the bike. I can stand up, I can move my weight back, I can move around on the bike, and which is really what I need in the sand. You need to be able to weight the bike. Pretty much I need that everywhere, but this setup gives me the freedom of movement I want, gives me the carrying capability with my luggage, my camera equipment, sleeping stuff, fuel. I think this is going to be perfect. Only time will tell. So got to do that service and then we're done. Next time you see us, we're on our way to the Simpson. So make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be quite an adventure.